Hello, Aries, and welcome to this, your mid to late June reading. I hope that everything is going to turn out okay in this video. I do apologize for wearing my sunglasses, but it's a little bright out here. Welcome, welcome to beautiful Red Deer County in Alberta, Canada. I'm going to put these back on so that I'm not squinting at all of you this month. For those of you who are returning here, thank you so much again for coming back to my channel. And for those of you who are new here, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. Let's get started. I've got all of my cards set up off to the one side here. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. I'm used to having everything spread in front of me, but I wanted to do this recording outside. It's just such a gorgeous morning. All right, let's tap into your energies, Aries. This reading is good for anybody born under the sign of Aquarius, as well as anybody else with a significant amount of Aries elsewhere, anywhere else in your charts. Aries, Aries, Aries. The first cards that we're going to pull for you, Aries, are going to be cards of where you are at now. I very clearly in my mind saw this deck, so let's get started. The cards are not wanting to talk yet today. Aries, where are the Aries now as I record this video in mid-June 2023? Okay. One more time through, and if not, we'll cut the deck. There we go. Anything else for the Aries? Yep, there's another one. And we've got 3 cards out for you, Aries, for where you're at now. We do have one on the ground. That was the last card that came out. This was the first one. Okay. The next card that we're going to pull for you, Aries, is what are you focusing on? What are you concentrating on at this time? For mid to late June 2023. I don't know if my microphone's picking up all the beautiful birds. There's so many songbirds around, just singing away. I just feel like I'm truly blessed having the opportunity to be living a nomadic lifestyle, living in a 5th wheel trailer with my son, moving around, seeing old friends. All right. Yeah, a couple more cards there for the Aries. Whoa, we've got cards all over the ground here. I have to pick those up. How many cards do we have down here? Oh, quite a few. Okay. So what we're going to do, Aries, is we're going to put all of these cards, because there's at least 20 cards here that flipped out. All right. What are the Aries focusing on for mid to late June, please? What are the Aries focusing on? There's one. What else are the Aries focusing on? Another one. Is there anything else? Go through this one more time. Anything else? Yep, there's one more. Okay. All right. Next card that we're going to pull is your cards of difficult influence at this time, Aries. Now, the cards of difficult influence, if the card comes up and it looks like it's predominantly a positive card, in the difficult influences, what it actually means is you're being challenged in that area. There's a lesson in that area for you to be learning at this time. We're going to go over here to the Sacred Traveler deck. Difficult influences for the Aries right now. Difficult influences for Aries for mid to late June. Okay. So we just have one card that's come out that's kind of challenging you at this time. Okay, let's pull out a card that just makes sense. Where are we going for that? Over to the fairies. Fairies. What makes sense for the Aries right now? Got one card on the ground. We've got another card that's kind of, is it going to fall out? Let's see. Yep, there it goes. Is there anything else that you'd like to tell Aries at this time? Yep, just another one. Pick up cards from the ground. Okay. And the next card, oh, I think someone's going to be mowing the lawn here in a minute. I might have to pause the video and come back to you guys, but I will leave everything as is. It just depends on how loud that lawnmower is going to get. All right, the next card that we're going to pull is cards of unexpected influences and insights. Let's go over here to the old cheater deck. This is a traditional tarot deck. All right, what is unexpected for the Aries for the last half of June? What is unexpected for Aries? Got two cards there that are threatening to fall out. Not sure if they're going to. I think they're going to. Yep, there goes one. There goes the other one. And we've got one more card here that's come out. All right. And the final cards that we're going to pull for you, Aries, are going to be cards of, second here. Let's get these set off to the side. The final cards we're going to pull are the final overall outcome for you. Where are we going for those cards? Fairies. Going back over here to the fairy cards. All right, where are the Aries going to be at? Oh, here we go again. We've got just tons of cards falling out. We're going to have to mix these up because we've got, again, about 8 or 10 cards that have come out here for you, Aries. All right, general overall outcome for the Aries for end of June. Okay, and that one's coming out too. Okay, unfortunately, my table's very small today. So I'm struggling a little bit, if I'm being honest, to get used to this. But part of life is just being able to adapt to the situations that are around us. It's part of the reason why I decided to live a nomadic lifestyle, because it makes us far more adaptable for our futures. And it also helps our kids be able to adapt to the world that is changing dramatically around them, right before their very eyes, right before our eyes. I don't know why this is coming up for me right now, Aries, but I am going to share it with you before I finish pulling the cards and read them. That one of the sayings that's come up for me recently is, we as parents, I mean, our parents even said it, that they were never given a guidebook as to how to raise children. And that's true. But many of us are struggling as we raise our children nowadays, and even finding our own way in the world, because the world in which our parents were raised and the world in which we were raised no longer exists. And so trying to raise children from that place of experience is very difficult, because we don't have experience in the way that the world is changing. And I just felt that, before I even turn any of your cards over and read any of your cards, Aries, I just felt it was really important to share that with you, because honestly, I think it's going to be relevant for your reading, that the world is changing, and it's changing very, very quickly. And yeah, I think that's going to come up and be relevant for your reading here, Aries. All right, let's see. Is there anything else for Aries general overall outcome? Anything else that you'd like Aries to know for general overall outcome? We have one card out for the outcome. That one did not want to go back in. Okay. Just one moment here, Aries. Okay. We've got a lawnmower running in the background. I am going to continue with your reading here. Hopefully, it won't be too disruptive. Okay, Aries, where are you at now? All right, we do have the oak tree representing the ancestors. We have the forest, which represents diversity, and we have a volcano, which is all about release. So Aries, at this time, here's I'm recording this video in the middle of June. What this is telling me is that you're exploring some of your past, you're looking into your ancestors, why you do things the way you do, and you're looking at traditions about what to hold on to and what's important, and going forward, what you'll take with you. As I mentioned, I found it interesting that before I even turned these cards over for you, Aries, I was already at that place of, we need to start looking at the past and deciding what we're going to bring forward, because the world in which we were raised no longer exists. So much has changed for us. And I suspected that there was going to be much change for you represented in your reading. And that's definitely the case here, because like I said, the first card that you've got is the oak tree representing the ancestors, representing looking to the past, deciding what serves you going forward and what no longer serves you. Also, for some of you, I'm sensing that this oak tree represents tapping into some past life stuff for some of you. I do sense that some of you are in a bit of a pattern right now, and being in that pattern of repetition of the past. Yeah, some of you are definitely in comfort zones, and being in that comfort zone is not allowing you to grow right now. You've got the forest card or the diversity card. This is a card encouraging you to bring, let me see if that'll focus. There we go. This is a card asking you to make sure that as you're making these changes and as you're growing, as things are changing and shifting for you, making sure that you are bringing enough diversity and not staying in that comfort zone, right? So many of us, as we're in this place of discomfort because of so many changes, we're holding on to the past. We're holding on to the ancestors as represented by this oak tree. And we're not willing to bring new diversity and new change into our lives. Why? Because it's scary for many of us. But here's the thing. You have the volcano card. The volcano card is about release, but this card is about sudden explosive release. This isn't a card of, oh, it's time to let go of the past and we're going to wander through the woods and life is going to be beautiful and we're going to do a meditation and we're just going to say, oh, I think I'll move on from here. Aries, what this card is telling me is that your opportunity to be able to do that has passed. And now you are at the point where if you want to move forward, if you want to grow, if you want to embrace change, you're going to have to let go. And for many of you, that's going to look like a sudden dramatic change. Now, in reality, it's not. You've been being given heads ups for months, potentially even years, that, hey, there's change on the horizon. But this card is indicating that your opportunity to change slowly and in a relaxed state no longer exists, and that there is this explosive release of change coming for you in a very dramatic way. All right. Oh, good. The lawnmower is shutting down, I hope, and going the other way. All right. So let's see, what are you focusing on at this time? And what do you need to be looking at and focusing on? You have the Four of Pentacles here, also known as the Four of Rainbows. This is the Miser. This is a card of creating that balance in your budgets and in your lives, making sure that what you have coming in and going out is balanced. You have the Fighting card. This card is actually not surprising. And if I'm not mistaken, Aries, I believe that you've had the Fighting card coming out numerous times in the last couple of months. Now, I mean, I make over 30 videos a month, and honestly, I can't remember all of them at any given time. But memory serves that you've had this Fighting card coming out a couple of times in the last couple of months, Aries. And this to me is telling me that this explosive release and change that is coming for you is so uncomfortable. It's putting you in that place of fight or flight. You're wanting to just escape. You're uncomfortable. And when we're uncomfortable, we go into that place of fight or flight. And I think for some of you, you're in this place right now. The other card that you have right next to this one is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is a card of sorrow. The Nine of Swords is a card of looking at the past and regretting past decisions, regretting past mistakes. So yeah, Aries, you have a lot here that's talking about the past and maybe holding on too tightly to the past. You know, over here, you've got the oak tree and the ancestors indicating, you need to look to the past and you need to make a decision about what you're going to bring forward and what you're going to let go. And you've got this Volcano card of explosive release, basically saying it's time to let go. Let go of the past. It's done. It's gone. Let it go. Right. And then over here, you've got an indication that you're somewhat depressed because you're clinging to the past. So, is there any positivity in these cards that came up for you, Aries? Yes, actually, there is. Because the final card in what you are focusing on, Aries, is the dream. It's about creating your new reality. What these cards are telling me, Aries, is that right now you are very caught up in very grounded things. You're caught up in the past, okay? The past is done and said and gone. We cannot change it. We can change the emotions that surround the past, but we cannot change our actions in the past. But that is reality. That is a very heavy energy. But this dream card coming in for you right now, this card is a card of, this is the Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups does represent the past. It represents the potential for someone from our past to come forward, but that someone from the past coming forward is bringing dreams come true for us, right? So this is very, very much a reading for you, Aries, where you are inextricably linked to the past right now. And the harder you hold on to that past, the more difficult it's going to be for you to actually bring your dream into reality. Okay. And the way I'm reading these cards for you right now, Aries, is that I think someone from your past might come forward in order to give you that oomph or that shove towards finally being able to release the past. And I believe that this person that's going to come forward to you is probably going to be someone who they themselves have dealt with their past. They have learned from the past and they have moved on from that. So I want to encourage you this month, at, the end of June here, Aries, to really watch for someone coming forward who is going to help you to release the past once and for all and move into making your dreams a reality. Let's have a look at what is challenging you. Miracles. Expect the wondrous to emerge. Okay. This is in your difficult influences, Aries. And I do want to say that this doesn't surprise me that this is in your difficult influences, because when you're caught up in the past, you don't believe in miracles anymore. And this reading is telling you that dreams can come true once you release the past, and miracles can come true. But you've got to let go of the past. You've got to let go of this tightly holding on to, oh, if only. Let's have a look at some cards that make sense for you. Ace of Summer, new beginnings. The number 20 card is the renewal card. Let go of the past. I mean, I will just read what this says on this card, because these are the cards that just make sense for you, Aries. And so these cards begin to tie everything else together, or they have identical meaning. What have I been saying before I even turned these cards over for you? That this is about you letting go of the past. Review the past, that's fine, and then let it go. I'm going to read what it says on this card because I can't say it any better. Review the past and the present so you can plan a bright new future. Aries. This is what all of this has been leading up to. You have a bright new future ahead of you. Your dreams can come true. Miracles actually do happen. But if you're clinging to the material aspects of the past, I really want to concentrate on the material aspects. Given that you have the miser here, and the miser, you'll notice, is a little old lady who has spent all of her money on old jewels and old fur and this feather hat here, and she's miserable. She's got all of this physical stuff, but she has no one around her. She's miserable. Okay, Aries, this is about let go of the past. Let go of stuff. You have the Ace of Summer here, Ace of Cups. Open your heart to new beginnings. Beautiful, beautiful card here. Now, how are you going to go about getting to this place? Well, you have the Hermit. The Hermit is about having an opportunity. Like I said, these are the cards that just make sense. It's going to tie the whole reading together. The Hermit is all about having an opportunity to step back from our everyday life, look at the past, decide what we're going to honor going into the future, what we're going to take into the future, what still serves us, and we're going to let go of the rest. Take a break from society, step back, concentrate on your spiritual growth, concentrate on the future. Aries, I don't think this is the first time that you've had the Hermit in your reading in recent days either. Yeah. Okay. Queen of Wands. Okay, you've got the Queen of Wands, you've got the Three of Pentacles, and you've got the Tower in your unexpected. Is it really unexpected for us to see the Tower at this time for you, Aries? I would say 9 times out of 10, when I'm dealing with all of these decks here, when the Volcano card comes out, so too does the Tower or the Death card. One of those two cards always comes out with this Volcano card. So it's not really surprising. What this is telling me, Aries, is that there is a huge change or shift, probably coming sometime between mid to late June. Change or shift. It's going to appear as though it's sudden or unexpected, but in reality, it's not. It's been growing, it's been building the same way that a volcano does, right? It's been brewing just below the surface for you for a very, very long time. It's time to let go of the past. Yeah. Just let go of the past. I know it's not always easy to do. Let go of material stuff as well. You've got the Three of Pentacles here, and the Three of Pentacles is actually a good card. It's a card of it's a card of looking towards the future with hope, particularly when it comes to money and career. It's a card of being rewarded for your efforts. Okay. It can also be known as a card of charity. Some people consider this a card of charity. It's a card of sharing your gifts with the world. And you have the Queen of Wands here. The Queen of Wands is a woman who is in a place of authority. She's a woman of action, and she brings forward um, information for you that now is a good time to make a move or a jump with regards to a new career, or a new business endeavor. Um, yeah, but the Queen of Wands is also about action. Anytime the Wands comes up for us in the tarot, it's about needing to take action. So it's funny as well. Well, not funny. Okay. Interesting. Aries, that the Tower is actually your card. I don't know if you can see this here on this card, but each of these cards from this deck show us which zodiac sign the card relates to. So you've got, a Capricorn on this one, you've got Leo the Lion coming in here, but you've got the Tower coming in. Tower in your unexpected. Expect some pretty dramatic changes with this volcano coming in for you. Release the past. It's been building for a long time. Tower is going to force that change upon you. Even if you're not ready to make the change, it's coming, Aries. It's a coming. Now, these other two cards, the Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, is indicating that as much as you don't feel like you're physically ready for this, you are, right? The Three of Pentacles is saying that you are well positioned to be able to use the skills that you already have to go forward in this new world that we're creating, the new world that none of us have ever experienced before. And the Queen of Wands is saying, take action. This is a strong, powerful woman. All right. Your general overall outcome, Aries, is the Three of Swords. Interesting. You had the Three of Pentacles. Now you have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords, also known as the Three of Winter, is about, again, releasing the past. And it's reminding us that the wounds of the past will heal with time. So no sense in brooding over the past. And the other thing is that this is a card of mentor. Reach out to people who can help you and support you as you're going through this. Now, you do have the Hermit here. The Hermit at times can represent that there is a mentor coming in for you, someone who's going to help you and support you. But the thing with mentors, Aries, I feel the need to say this. The thing with mentors is we have to keep in mind they cannot fix us. They can support us through the change that we are going through, and they can encourage us, and they can continue to remind us that, hey, things are going to be okay. But what they cannot do is make the changes for us. And I felt it was important to say that. You have the Princess of Winter coming in. This is also a card of the Swords suit. Okay. And what this card is saying is that like I just said, a mentor cannot fix the world for you. It cannot change your world for you. Um, a mentor is someone who is going to support you, but they're not going to do it for you. And essentially, that's what the Princess of Winter is saying, is that there's going to be information coming in for you that will support you, but you might not like the message. At least not initially, until you recognize the growth and encouragement that you can have from that message that's coming in. Okay, so let's wrap all of this up really quickly here for you, Aries. Going into mid to late June, you definitely have a tower moment coming in. Watch for an explosive release and change. Begin to believe in miracles, but the best way to believe that miracles can come in for you is to step back. You know, the fact that you also have this renewal card here is yet another indication that it is time for you to let go of the past, let go of the way that you used to do things. There is a brave new world out there, and it's time to embrace it. These 2 3s coming in are telling me that you are well positioned to be able to do this, but you probably will need a mentor or someone to support you through it. Now, um, this is not necessarily saying that you're going to require a business partner per se, but definitely someone who's going, you know, a friend, a confidant, someone who's going to be able to help you and support you. Okay, I think that's where we're going to leave off, Aries. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you staying right until the end. If this resonated with you, please give me a like. You can subscribe to me as well. I am available for private readings if you are so inclined, and all of the details will be down below in the description. I hope to see you again at the beginning of July. Wow. Wow. All right. Take care, everyone.